So I'm at one of those weird county fairs where they got, you throw ping pong balls and you get goldfish, and throw darts to get stuffed animals, and those traveling kind of country fairs. And they bring those crazy rides to those outposts, and you go and you buy your tickets. You got to buy a whole bunch of tickets and you cash them in for the rides and everything. And you never know what you're going to do, so you spend $20 and you get a roll of tickets. And my friend and I are walking around this fair, and we kind of ran out of stuff to spend our tickets on, and we had 4 or 5 left. And we're walking along, and he says, well, we got 5 tickets left. Why don't let's do that ride, And I kind of look over, and it was one of those big kind of scary looking rides. And it wasn't something that I really wanted to do, or I hadn't even thought of it, but he wanted to go, and we had these tickets, and it was like, well, we're going to leave, so we might as well just use these tickets up. So anyway, I just kind of went along with it, and we get on this ride, and I think it was called like the Zipper. And it was this huge like pendulum thing where you climb in this pod on the bottom, and then 100 feet above is another one. And then they lock you in this little like pod, and then you go upside down, and then they put the other people in. And as soon as I got in this pod thing, I knew I did not want to be in this thing. But there's people waiting behind us, and they had to it was too late. They just like, okay, and they turned it up, and we went upside down, and we were swinging upside down. I was about to throw up, and the thing hadn't even started, and they load the people on the bottom, and I just knew I didn't want to be there. But I'm in this can, and not only so then it starts like doing this swinging thing, and it's spinning while it's doing this motion, and it goes further and further, then it goes all the way around. It was the most uncomfortable, awful 4 or 5 minutes. When we went by the ride guy, I was just like, please stop, please stop, please stop, but I couldn't. And I went through this, and I practically passed out. I was so seasick, and I just felt awful. It was the worst experience ever. So this is Nicholas Wilton, and this is Art to Life, and I'm talking about decision making because it really relates a lot to our process, our art process, and what we're doing. And all this week I've been talking about this, and it's actually it's the part about art making that I love, and it's actually the part about art making that why I think if we have any success at Art to Life helping artists, it's because we really focus on this part. So what I'm talking about is getting clarity about what lights you up, what doesn't light you up, looking at your work, getting a sense of where you want to go, or just in the moment even, getting better at choosing. So how, if you think of that fair, like how it's so easy to just make dumb choices. It's so easy to get distracted and see some cool new technique and just do that, or get influences, get all kinds. There's so many rabbit holes to go down to, which is fine. But if you want to stay focused on the things that you're after, that you're chasing, what is it that you want your work? How do you want your work to change? Do you want to make your work more colorful? Do you want to make it more spacious? Do you want it to feel easier? Remembering these things, writing these things down and revisiting them. So when things come along, the shiny objects, you can make a choice of whether that's something that will help that cause or hurt it. And I can't express how important that is to do. I mean, if we're here and something comes along and we choose to chase it, and we go here, and then there's something else over here, and we go here, and then there's something that's here, and we're trying to get down here, and we just start going all these different places, and these decisions are actually really small ones. What kind of colors you use? What do you do? What inspires you? If you're going to choose, between movies, what's one that will help move your art forward? I mean, what's one that will get you inspired? What lights you up? Being aware of these things, writing them down, getting clarity changes the kind of small decisions you make back here, which has a huge impact further down the field as you go. So, for example, if you're here and you adjust your trajectory and you get this line going, and these things are more in alignment, these decisions, as opposed to being up here, down here, over here, this line gets projected out. So even though these seem insignificant down here, the impact over time is huge of where you end up going. This is important. This is your art practice. These are getting clarity down at this end makes getting where you want to go, the dream, the possibilities, huge possibilities. But it starts now. So this is just a cool thing to start thinking about. And this process, this getting clarity is what we're going to be doing starting tomorrow in the Creative Breadcrumbs Challenge. So this might be something that you want to get involved in or just be thinking about for yourself, because in this immediate time, when you're choosing what you're doing, what you're bringing into your life, it has a momentous impact. And the thing is, if you can get in the habit of evaluating, making sure you don't step on that ride. Like if I just hadn't gone, if I had just thought about what I wanted and had been ready with that, if it's something you're reminding yourself of a lot, write these things down in a sketchbook, put it on your studio wall so you can keep adjusting things to get you to where you're going. So you choose better and better and better, because discernment is something that you get better at the more you practice it. So, and I know for those of you in the beginning of stages of your creative path, it's just like, well, whatever, who knows? Try this, try that, try this. But actually you can tell, you have an intuition about the things that you like and the things you don't. You like this color over that color. You like how it feels when you paint with the brush really loose, or you like when it's really clean and tight, or something that looks realistic. These are clues. These are clues that are going to take you where you need to go. And so I'm just all about paying attention to that. So starting tomorrow, we're going to be, if you're interested in joining us, it's a 5-day challenge. I'm going to be walking you through the process that I go through to get more clarity about where I'm going. And by the way, you got to do this all the time, because where you want to go changes, which impacts, if you can get a sense of what you want out here, it changes what you're doing back here. So this is not something that you just do once and you figure it out. It's something that you do repeatedly, a couple times a year, getting clarity, getting a sharper focus on where you're heading. There's a link down below if you want to join us. It'd be great. It's going to be really cool. It's my process of how I go through it. It's a 5-day stages, and we use this compass, and it's just really, really fun. So anyway, I'd love to hear your comments regardless. How do you stay on track? Because this is everything. It's how you keep your momentum. It's how you keep your inspiration, your enthusiasm. It's so easy to veer off, especially with all these external distractions right now. We got politics, we got COVID. There's just so many things that are impacting and knocking you off course. Leave a comment below. Thanks for being here. Check out that link, opt in for the Creative Breadcrumbs Challenge, and I will see you tomorrow in the Creative Breadcrumbs Challenge Facebook group, and we're going to do it. Okay, thanks a lot. Hey everyone, if you found this helpful, I have a whole lot more to teach, share, and inspire you with every single week. So please Join the Art to Life YouTube channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Okay, great. Let's do this.